So here's a question for you. Why is it that when we ask for the answers from our energy field, from our intuition, from our energy guides, and we really want to know what the answer is, we don't get them? We can seem to get them somehow else, right? Like when we don't really look for them and they sort of drop in, or if we don't really care, then the answer kind of shows up there, our intuition guides us. But when we really want something, it just for some reason doesn't happen. So I had a client the other day ask me that same question. She was trying to find out an answer to something really important as far as her direction in her life. And she really wanted to use her intuition and connection with her energy guides. And when she asked, nothing happened. She got absolutely no answer, which for her was really unusual because she generally does get answers. She has pretty good intuition. She's able to tune in and sort of feel the resonance of her energy guides. Maybe not all the time, but enough to get some answers. And she was getting absolutely nothing. So she started to really worry. Why is it that I can't get any answers when I really need it? Do my guides abandon me? Do they not want to answer? Is something really bad's gonna happen? You can see where this is going, right? This is spinning down the hill into a turmoil of the lower self freakout. So this is obviously not the solution and not something productive. There are other things that could be done. So for the ones of you who don't know who I am Eugenia Oganova, a founder of Transcension Gate, which is a multidimensional portal for empowerment through self-mastery, through self-advancement, through helping yourself arrive at the multidimensional place and then serving from that internal alignment with your soul. All right, so back to our dilemma here. Why is it that my client did not get any answers when it was so important to her? Why did she not get her answers? Do you have ideas? Yeah, she didn't get her answers because she was too invested. She had so much of her personal agenda in there that her own fear, what if it's not what I want, blocked any kind of a perception. So in that place, she could not hear her intuition. She could not hear anything that was coming to her from her guides because her agenda to make something happen was so strong that she sabotaged her own perception. This is actually very common. This is not something that just my client experienced. Happens a lot. When we have an agenda, when we want something really bad, we end up pushing that energy as a interference field. And that interference field then blocks whatever comes our way. So what can you do about that? There are 3 things. All right, so the first thing is obviously to neutralize yourself. In other words, you have to start from the neutral. If you're starting your questioning with so much agenda already and fear wrapped up around I have to have this outcome or else, nothing's gonna happen, or at least nothing true and actually intuitive. So how do we neutralize ourselves? That means we have to be okay with, yes, this will happen, no, this will not happen, but either way, I am safe. The reason we get so trapped in our agendas is because they always safety related. We attach safety to a particular outcome. So then it feels like if I don't get that outcome, oh my God, then that's it. I can't have that. I have to have the outcome. And then you're already not neutral. So the solution here, neutralize, which means practice. Okay, I would like this to happen, and if it happens, wonderful. I will, experience this and I am safe. Now, if this does not happen, or whatever this thing I'm afraid of would happen, I am safe anyway. Now, I would prefer something else to happen, but if this happens, I'm okay. I am not my body, so whatever's going on with my body, that's okay as well. I will deal with whatever the answer is, and make choices accordingly. Either way, if it occurs in my life, then I know it's a part of my life. So no matter what, it is part of my journey. So I am safe because I am the soul who are choosing to explore this path. So I'm okay if it happens, I'm okay if it doesn't happen. We neutralize it, we bring emotional charge of safety equal on both sides. So that's your number one. Number two is you have to ground. This is one thing that when we really want the answer, we fly right out of the body. And when you fly out of the body, you can't get any answers. Because at this point, you are somewhere else experiencing the outskirts of your field with all this hyper emotion. And the answers have to arrive through the entire path. It's like a closed circuit. So the energy has to actually able to circulate, which means crown chakra, vertical tube, root chakra, and repeat. When that circuit is broken, because we unplug usually from the root chakra, then we end up not being able to receive any information. So number two is you have to make sure you're grounded so that you are a full circuit. Okay? So, and the number three is you have to step into the identity that is able to know what answer you're looking for. So what this client of mine was doing is that she was in a place, I don't know, I really need to know the answer. So she already was in the identity of not knowing. And there is the ultimate not knowing, in the sense everything is open to interpretation and we don't really know anything. But if you are in identity of I don't know personally, then it's almost impossible to get any answer because the self that wants to know can't know because it already decided it cannot know. It's like it created a box, a limitation. So then the answer is outside of the box. So if we want the answer, we have to expand the box. Not maybe to the whole universe, I mean, fine, maybe that's not knowable, but at least enough to incorporate the answer, right? So number three is step into identity that knows. That might look for you like before asking a question, tuning into yourself and saying, okay, I believe that the answer is inside me somewhere. So I'm going to sit with it and, look for it, but I believe it's in there. Or I believe I can receive the answer. Like I can feel my guide, an energy being, or I can feel my energy field, or I can connect to universal intelligence library or whatever. But I know that somehow the answer is out there and I have means to find it. Then, when you actually ask and go through whatever your intuitive sensing of the answer is, you will have much easier time arriving at the knowledge of that answer. So, there you have it. This is your answer to how do you get answers when you have so much invested in wanting to know that answer. There are three things, right? So the first thing is that you have to neutralize, safety-wise. The second thing is you have to have full circuit, ground. Usually that means root chakra issue. And third is you have to step into the identity that is capable of knowing the answer. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, then make sure you subscribe to my channel. I post videos like this all the time, so this would be really useful to you. Visit my Transcension Gate website. It has a lot of information that will be supportive on your journey. And also comment in the Facebook group. You can join it below. There is a link below in order to be able to be in the community of people that are working through this and are on a spiritual journey. So, all right, how are you dealing with those answers, getting those answers? Have you had that experience where you were in the place of really wanting to know the answer and then blanked out, that's it, like spaced out, couldn't get any answer? And if that did happen again and you apply those three things, what changed in your experience? I would love to hear from you guys.